So some people may be saying, why do I need to work on gross motor skills? I'm a classroom teacher. I'm trying to increase reading skills. I'm trying to increase math skills and achievement. And the real science behind it is that the brain, although it has different sections that are in charge of, if you will, reading and math skills and motor skills, all of those sections of the brain are interconnected. Specifically, when we're talking about neural connections, we're talking about the cerebellum, which is in charge of motor skills, agility, concentration, and we're also talking about the prefrontal cortex. That's in charge of all executive function. So we're talking about attention, planning, we're talking about decision making. With the cerebellum and the prefrontal cortex, because of their deep neural connections, if the cerebellum is off, the prefrontal cortex is off. So if we can strengthen those motor skills, if we can strengthen the coordination, if we can strengthen the agility, concentration, then we will have an easier time when we're in the classroom working on those executive function skills. Research pretty recently, 2011, out of the Netherlands, the University of Groningen, 208 students were studied. 104 of those students had a learning disability and 104 did not. In the end, the students with the learning disability were significantly lower in locomotor skills, which is your skipping, your hopping, your running, your jumping, galloping, and they were also lower in object control, your manipulative skills. Oddly enough, or maybe not oddly at all, there is a direct correlation between locomotor skill and being skilled in that area of locomotor skills and reading readiness. Object manipulation and object control, direct correlation with math skills. So if we can work on locomotor skills, those gross locomotor skills that I mentioned, if we can work on hand-to-eye coordination and manipulating objects, then we can directly affect those reading skills, get children ready for those reading skills and get children ready for those math skills. What does this study mean? Basically, the takeaways are, if teachers can be more aware of the connection between academic achievement and gross motor skills, if they can recognize when students are having a hard time following directions, if they are hesitant to try new skills, if they just seem awkward and uncoordinated, those are prime opportunities to put our gross motor skill stations into play and to be able to address problems early on. The earlier we can catch these and assess these skills and address the problems, the better chance we have of getting kids on the right path to being ready to learn. The gross motor skill activities that the stations that I have shown you, they are a great opportunity not just to give quality physical activity, working on locomotor skills and manipulative skills that the physical education teacher teaches normally in their class. And that's one of the takeaways from the study also, is that physical education teachers on the elementary level, especially on the K2s, really need to be working on those gross motor skills, the locomotor movements, the locomotor skills, and the manipulative skills. But if we take these activities, students will be meaningfully engaged in physical activity, and one of the best parts, it's a great time during recess to implement these skills.